Islam, Islam, Islam. How's my family? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. Alafia, alafia, alafia. Hotel, hotel, hotel. I say shalom, shalom, shalom. Que pasa, que pasa, que pasa. Power to the people, power to the people, power to the people. Because the people got the power. Ain't no doubt about that. The people know they got the power. How my family doing today? I pray and hope and I send high vibrational energy out to everyone, you know, to share in this abundance. You know, I expressed before that happiness is free, but everybody ain't happy. I mean, if we took time out to just think about things. First, to clearly think, it's important to let go. Okay. One of the ways of letting go is taking a deep breath. It, some people might think that to be insignificant, but I think one of my first trips to Tai Chi, they showed me how I stayed tensed, because they told me relax, and my shoulders went down. The whole time I'm tense and not knowing it. You know what I'm saying? So they just say relax, and they teach breathing exercise. So you may not know that you're stressing because that's why stress is a killer. You know, it'll kill you before you know you even stressing, you know, because stressing is normal to a lot of people. Pain is normal to a lot of people, but it's a choice. You may think you don't have a choice, but it's a choice. You might not be ready to change. Might not be ready to switch up. You may not be ready to be by yourself. You may not be ready to face the fear of what'll happen if you changed. You know what I'm saying? Because you're afraid of outside entities and people and energies. When really the only person you should be afraid of is you. Afraid of not making that right choice. Okay? That's the only thing you should fear. Nobody can hurt you more than how you hurting yourself right now by not making the right choice. Because think about right choice, what it does. See, one, you got to be willing to travel in your mind because you got a lot of tension built up. When someone goes to speak, you too quick to respond instead of listening because the words that's being said is vibrating and sending the energy that you ain't really comfortable with. That's why you latch out and you quick to want to say something, because you didn't took the energy as opposition. Now you ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Not physically, but energetically. And you want to express your energy because it then built up in you from hearing so much of what's been shared. But test yourself, discipline yourself to listen and hear people out. Stop assuming and jumping to conclusions. because it gets you in more trouble and it adds more to what stress you already have. You know what I'm saying? So take your time and do it right. Do it tonight, baby. We can do it. Okay, I know the words I was saying sound similar to a song, and I was curious about what song it was. Okay. But anyway, uh, at truth, being relieved of your pain, it has prerequisites that allow you to accomplish what it is you're trying to do. Because a lot of times when we go to try to accomplish something, we don't realize how ill equipped we are. You know what I'm saying? We don't take the time out to realize how much information we have or how much information we don't have that affects us accomplishing our goal. You know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. They call them the 5 P's. Okay. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So before you go do something, go over it in your head, write it down. You know what I'm saying? Because as you write it down and you see yourself go through the process, you get the picture in your mind what you're gonna go through. So if it's something that it could be things you miss or things you don't catch when you're there. So if you catch it before you go there, then you'll cover everything you need to cover and you won't miss nothing and be regretful later on that, man, I wish I took time out and thought about it because I forgot to say this, I forgot to do that, I forgot this, I forgot that. Eliminate all that. Let's learn from our past experiences. Let's learn from each other's experiences so we won't have to go through the experiences of failing or falling short. You save face, so to speak. Save time, save energy, and you invest in your success. Because it's more guaranteed now because you practice the 5 P's. Change is here, family. I expressed to y'all change was coming. It's still coming, you know, and it's going to keep transpiring. Change is inevitable. A lot of us don't like change. A lot of us don't like doing things different than the way we used to. But if you don't experience change and you ain't made it to where you're trying to be, ain't that blocking yourself? See how we can subconsciously hold ourselves back and not realize it by saying things that we don't really mean? Yeah, you won't change. You want to change. Because if you don't change, you'll never get the things you desire. You stagnate yourself, but you keep wanting more than what you got. Does that make sense? Nope. It don't at all. It's time for knowledge. It's time for you to pour into yourself the knowledge you need. But I know y'all need an outlet for this knowledge. So I'm going to work on the outlet. Create an outlet for us to come together and begin to build, begin to grow, begin to strengthen each other, begin to sharpen one another. Man sharpens man, is still sharpens steel. You know what I'm saying? And they say a family that prays together stay together, right? We family, right? Let's come together for prayer. You know what I'm saying? Then we can stay for meditation. And then we can wake up to our kingdom. Because that's all it's going to take is prayer and meditation with each other to be for those things to be revealed to us what it is we didn't see before. And once we see, we can take off. You see what I'm saying? Give yourself the opportunity when the opportunity comes, because it's coming. And let me go ahead and share this with you, then I'm going to read something. I touched on this in the previous videos about nationality. Oh, by the way, this is moorishe thought. Okay. Moorishe thought. High vibrational thought of the moorishe people. I'm a moorishe people. Or I'm a moorishe man. You know what I'm saying? More sovereign. You know, moorishe flesh and blood. Okay. But I'm not a person. Okay. Because person has a definition. Okay. In the way you're operating. You know what I'm saying? That can change as your knowledge change. So right now, you call yourself a U.S. citizen. And like I expressed before, the U.S. don't exist anymore. It's dead. It's been counseled. It's been lien levied and bonded. And it's been, it's another word I'm looking for. I'm searching for it. It's been decapitated. Okay. It's been beheaded. You know, it's been shut down, been canceled. Okay. It used to appear to be the authority, and you followed that authority by way of many things. Okay. But you got to understand. You got to understand that authority, because it don't no longer exist, it no longer appear to be what it used to be, what you thought it was, and how you treated it. So when you continue to call yourself a U.S. citizen, it don't hold the same value that it appeared to have when you gave it value. Okay. Let me put it like this. If somebody tricked you to believe that you was black, for example, or you were African American, you believe that. And when you did the applications, that's what you checked, black and African American. Okay. Now, when the truth comes out about this system that appeared, remember I told you about that color of law and color of authority? That's what they was operating up under. And remember I told y'all to look it up? If you looked it up, you would have come to learn that color of authority is the appearance of authority. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. Okay? It's not authentic. And because you didn't understand that, you did business with them. Okay? And by doing business with them, you gave life to what appeared to be real, but it wasn't. Okay? So now it's come out that they wasn't real. That means what you thought that they told you, or what you checked off in their application, is dead too. It's been canceled. It no longer exists. It no longer has the substance that you thought it had. Okay? So you left what they call in law stateless. You're no longer a citizen. You know what I'm saying? You was never a citizen, because according to Dred Scott versus Stanford, people of African descent cannot be citizens of the United States Incorporated. Okay? But to understand why you cannot be a citizen, it's because you held a higher title or status or position of authority. But because you didn't know it, you gave that authority to those who made it appear that they had authority. And that's how they tricked you. They knew you was the power. You see what I'm saying? But I was going to go somewhere else and took another turn. And I can't verify if I made my complete point, but it'll come back to me. It was something to the nature of being tricked to believe something. Yeah. Okay. This fake system has been proven to be false. It no longer has power. It no longer has authority. That's why right now, and to prove my point, that's why everybody mad at Trump for what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? And everybody else is following suit with being mad at Trump because those who's complaining about what Trump is doing. But the people that's complaining about what Trump is doing, some of them know what Trump is really doing. But y'all don't see what these people see who's complaining about Trump. Because you think because the title that they go up under, whether it's Democrat, Republican, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The person that's complaining, because I'm sure everybody probably have a complaint. Okay. But you don't understand their position to understand why they got a problem. And you don't see what Trump is doing. I'm not going to go into the details, okay, because I don't focus my attention in that area, but I'm learning to give it some attention, because there's things going on over, and just it ain't been my area, watching the news and this and that, but I'm evolving on a level to where what I'm indulging in requires my little attention, requires a little attention from me. So I'm learning a little bit in the area. But overall, what I'm saying is that Trump is the solution to the problem that you don't know you have because you're focusing on a problem that's not a problem that you have with Trump. So you can't see the forest for the trees. Okay. You can't see the land for the water. Okay. And it's important that you learn how to do that so the truth will be revealed to you. But you got to have an open heart. You can't be tied up with little petty differences. You know what I'm saying? In other words, when you deal with anybody, even those that it may appear you have nothing in common because of the surface and what they say out their mouth, but you might come to learn that y'all might have something in common in another area. Okay? If you listen long enough. And through that commonality in that area, that's a door opener, you know what I'm saying, to establish relations. You don't never want to reject people or anybody. You see what I'm saying? And when I say reject, I mean close your mind to who they really are versus what they say out their mouth. You can't keep going for the okie doke, fam, what people say. You have to connect with what's in a person's heart. And the only way you can do that is to be one, to recognize one. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to connect with your own heart so you can know what the experience is like. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, then you can open yourself up to someone else's heart and really get to know a person before you are quick to judge. You hear 2 or 3 words. You hear 2 or 3 words, and you quit to correct somebody. You know, I don't always jump in and correct a person right off. Sometimes I'll wait. Sometimes I won't correct at all because I come to learn to decipher when to correct. And most of the time, the correction is more so to my benefit because I don't want to be misled, you know. And I may correct by way of asking a question for the person to clarify what they just said. I give that person the opportunity when I ask the question. Hello, Moto. I give that person the opportunity when I ask the question to reflect on again on what they just said. And sometimes they'll catch it and realize, oh, okay, damn, I just seen something. You know, that's how you aid and assist. You ain't have to say, man, you wrong, man, why you know, and start confusion. All things can be done in love, in the highest regard and respect. But you got to be vibrating like that. You have to move like that in order to produce those kind of outcomes, those environments. You know what I'm saying? That energy. A lot of us are so hurt and so damaged and so miserable and so suffering so much that when we go to speak, people hear pain. See, I remember one time I was doing a video. This was soon after I got out, and the brother got on and said, "Man, how you expect for somebody to listen to you when you angry? You know, nobody don't want to hear nobody else speaking out of anger." And I thought about it, and technically, I didn't realize how angry I was. I didn't realize that how angry I was. You know, and so I understood later what he meant, but what he didn't realize, because he didn't listen long enough, possibly, okay, is that the reason why I spoke that way because that's what I was feeling. That was my energy. You know, you see, when you seek peace, you may find a little peace. It don't mean you are at peace because you're seeking for it. You know what I'm saying? But when you seek, you find in the degree that you're open and ready for. And until you find it, people gonna see uneasiness. They're gonna see dis-ease. They're gonna see disturbance, you know, because that's what they're supposed to see. But see, we're so caught up in want to look good for people instead of looking good for ourselves. Looking good is genuine when you look good for yourself. It's fake when you look good for other people. So what would you rather be? Fake or genuine? So learn to tap in, take a deep breath, and experience what it does for you. Take 5 or 6 of them and realize what it does for you. And if it's good, keep doing it. Do it often. Do it at different times you need it. When you need it the most, when you don't really need it, and you just want to relax a little bit more and see how relaxed you can get. You know, if you can get more relaxed than the last time you relaxed, you know, but you got to, how can I say it? You have to learn to self fuel, self fuel. Love yourself. Feed yourself the truth. Allow yourself to have a moment of peace and ease. Allow your mind to be free to roam past all the limitations in your life. You know, pick up your phone and look up places to vacation. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell yourself you'll never go. Why look it up? No, as long as you aspire to do something, you know what I'm saying, then you can do it one day. It don't cost that much. Because one day you might win the lottery. You know what I'm saying? You might get a bonus check. You know what I'm saying? Money may come from somewhere, and by you being aspiring to do different things, you have things available in your dream world that you can pick from that you can do. You know what I'm saying? And it's positive instead of you being negative all the time and being pessimistic, thinking you will never do the things that you really want to do. If you believe in yourself and allow these dreams to flow through you, I guarantee your opportunity gonna come one day where you can go in your dream world and pick and make it a reality. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody that got money, at one point they didn't have money. You know, and you don't have money right now for those that don't have money. So dream about the things that you would like to do because it's going to bring life in you and it's going to aspire and open the door for you to receive that kind of wealth to do the things that you can dream about. Okay? Always have hope. Always look at the glass half full and not half empty. Because when you look at it half empty, then it's like your energy is about depleting your water. Where when you think the glass is half full, your energy is generating towards filling up your glass. It means adding more to yourself, your success, your bank account, you know what I'm saying? Your spiritual account, your mental account, you know what I'm saying? Your health, you know what I'm saying? Everything that about you that can improve, you want to think about the ways that it can be improved so you're ready to improve it when your blessings come to you. When that check comes, when you hit that lottery, when your luck and fortune increase. Because long as it's a possibility, you're supposed to keep hope alive. Okay? With that being said, fam, I'm going to read something. Okay? From the Holy Quran of the Moorish Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Jew Ali, by the guiding of his Father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen states of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his Father God Allah. Okay? I want to go to the last chapter, which is chapter 48, the end of time and the fulfilling of the prophecies. You know what I'm saying? The end of what time? The end of time of fake rulership. You know what I'm saying? Where we believe somebody had authority over us that don't have authority. You know what I'm saying? The end of time of pain, the end of time of suffering, the end of time of ignorance, the end of time of living a lie, living falsehood, living up under the devil's thumb of deceit and trickery and lies. End of that time. How about that? You know, in the fulfilling of the prophecies. What are the prophecies, fam? You know what I'm saying? Is it the possibilities of man? Is it your dreams? Is it your visions? Is it your goals? Is it what the Most High, Allah, God, Jehovah is calling you to do? You know what I'm saying? Is it you being your best self? Come on. It says instruction is one. The last prophet in these days is Noble Drew Ali. I bear witness to that. who was prepared divinely in due time by Allah to redeem man from their sinful ways and to warn them of the great wrath which is sure to come upon the earth. Wrath has came, gone, and is continuing and going in different people's lives. Every day, people end up disappearing every day. One minute you see them, the next minute they gone. And you have no understanding what just transpired. You don't know why it ended. You don't even know why it began. But you are joyful when it begins. Some are joyful when it ends. Some are in pain when it ends. Some are in grief. Some suffer. Some can't take the load that death brings. You see what I'm saying? But they don't understand it. How can you allow something that you have no understanding of to affect you in such a negative way? Or even what appears to be a positive way? Because how do you know it's positive if you don't know what it really consists of? In so many ways we deny ourselves when we don't seek knowledge. Even when we don't cure. How can you not cure when death has constantly snuck up on you? Are you waiting for it to hit you? Or are you going to wake up and realize that you have so much to live for? Are you going to wake up and realize what it is that you haven't been seeing? Wake up and realize what it is the person that has just exited this life, what they now missing out on as far as the continuance of life. We watch it continuously, but our participation based on our ignorance got us limited to where we can't enjoy reality because we don't know the difference between the truth and a lie, what is real and what is fake. But when we come to pray together, we come to meditate together, we're going to grow to understand a great deal because that positive energy, it spreads. It's contagious in the most best way. You see what I'm saying? And it comes with a lot of high vibrational, positive, constructive, good changing energy and vibes. Where it gives you something to smile about, it gives you something to shout about, it gives you something to where it makes you feel good and makes you feel proud and makes you feel confident. It makes you feel free. You see what I'm saying? When you come up out of what you've been experiencing, when you seeking past what you know to find out what it is you don't know. See, our development have been arrested as a whole by devils, people who deceive and manipulate, that the wickedness and powers in high places. Because we fight not against flesh and blood. It's the wickedness, it's the evil, it's the principalities. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that we put our confidence in that we really don't know. And we don't even really understand what they're doing. But they taught us to pretend, to go along, to get along. And that's why things ain't right in your life. But you got a choice. You can change, fam. And in your change, you can make a difference. Because what better example to make for your children, but to take a righteous stance, a positive stance, and encourage them to do what you're doing versus what you've been doing, which hasn't been producing any difference in their life. But you got to believe that there can be change. Things can get better and will get better. But if you don't believe, keep doing what you've been doing, because you're about to get what it is you've been asking for and what you've been putting out there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this will wake you up to realize that there is something better. But if I was you, I wouldn't wait till the last minute, fam. You know what I'm saying? Learn what this is, where this flag come from, and what people it represents. Once you do that, you can wake up and you can embrace the man and woman that you see in the mirror. Because right now, you're not accepting that man and woman because you're pretending to be something that you're not, something that someone else taught you. And it ain't to your benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're entitled to so much more just by being your natural self. I'm talking about you are abundant in your natural self, in your God self. You know what I'm saying? In your goddess self, you're so much more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Your worth increased dramatically. So why wouldn't you want to embrace that part of you when it's going to improve every aspect in your life? I'm bearing witness to it. You know, I know my energy is telling you something, you know, but let God move your heart. But watch for the devil who's trying to discourage you, distract you, and know the difference in that voice and whose voice is who. Okay? Because it's going to determine whether you're saved or whether you're going to be destroyed, fam. Because laws is coming that's going to get passed, and you got to do the right thing. If you don't do the right thing, woe unto you. You know what I'm saying? And as the sister just explained to me earlier from the video I read, you're about to experience slavery in a way you ain't never experienced it before. Because you're going to come to find out that what you claiming that you are, people going to treat you like that, and you're not going to like it, which is property. And if you somebody else's property because you somebody else's citizen, then that means you can be bought and sold at a price. I said you can be bought and sold at a price because that name on your ID card is property that you keep associating yourself with. That's in all capital letters when you don't even write your name like that. If you don't write your name like that and it's on that ID, then what does that mean? You got to understand that so you can know what's going on, so you can correct it. If you don't correct it, you're going to suffer from it because the one that you claim to be citizen of is being liquidated in all their property, and you are part of their property. So therefore, you're going to be liquidated. What that consists of, I don't specifically know, but you're about to find out unless you do something about it. And the only thing you can do is learn your nationality, what nation you from. You know what I'm saying? If you keep being black and proud, you're going to find out how much black lacks proudness. Okay? You about to find out. You think I'm playing. You think I'm just up here running my mouth. You ain't know I ain't never just ran my mouth. Ain't known for running my mouth. But I don't know how much has been proven to y'all based on the things I've been saying. You know? And I don't keep up too much with what I'm saying. I continue to move forward and evolve. My words and deeds, the proof of my messiahship and who I am. You know, I change for the better. You know what I'm saying? I don't change in a way of a contradiction. Well, in a way I do, because where I used to be, which was a low vibrational, I become more high vibrational. So it's a complete change, but it's a sincere and effortless change towards a particular direction, not me going back and forth, confused about what I want to be and who I want to be or who I think I am. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, if you want to learn more, get with me. Get with me. We can talk. You know, just let me know your schedule. You know, but you gotta be sincere. I don't tolerate nobody wasting my time. And, you know, and it ain't guaranteed that I'm gonna hook up with you if you ask. You know, I might require phone conversations with you first, or video conversations, or dealings. Cause see, I respect my space. I highly value my space. Because most of the time when people come in my space, they cause disturbance. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't realize whose space they in. Because they don't know me. They don't know me. And they don't have an interest to take time out to get to know me. But they quit to want to talk about me. How can you talk about somebody and you don't even know who they are? Oh, it's the surface thing. You only talk about the things on the surface. You know, the things that are constantly changing. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not real. Because things on the surface is only your perception of what you see. It means you're not educated enough to even categorize me, you know, or to even understand me. To understand me, you got to listen attentively to get to know me. It ain't too many of y'all have done that yet. But when you do, then you'll get to know me. Until then, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You know, and until you know me, and I know who know me, because I know who accepts me. I know who embraces me. So I know who love me, and I know who don't. You know what I'm saying? And I know who loves me without effort, and I know who's trying to prove that they love me when they really don't love me. You know what I'm saying? Because they really don't like me because they don't know me. And really deep down, they don't like themselves because they close-minded, you know what I'm saying? And they limit themselves when they deal with people. See, when you don't get to know a person that you're constantly around, that's fakeism. You know what I'm saying? Why would you keep being around somebody and you don't take the time out to know who they are and know how they move? You know what I'm saying? Because if something was to go down, you already know who's around you that's for you and who's against you. Because if you don't know that, there's a good chance you may not make it out of the situation successfully or abundantly. You know what I'm saying? Or in the right light. When you had the option to secure yourself by being open and willing to learn and realize that everybody that the Most High put within your reach or within your sight is for a purpose. Because it's a lesson to be learned. It's just you wasn't raised that way. You was never given that jewel. You was never given that knowledge, that understanding, or that wisdom. And you don't care that you weren't given it, some of y'all. You know, when I start to realize that I've been missing out, man, every opportunity I get that I got, I want to learn. And I don't like to be in a company of people who are not having constructive conversation. You know what I'm saying? Or talking about something high vibrational, something positive, something that's energetic towards motivating, encouraging, you know what I'm saying, or inspiring each other to be great, do great, think great, vibrate greatness. You know what I'm saying? Because it's fulfilling. It's better. It's better. And I always want better. Maybe everybody don't want better, you know. But you can help better when you're ready to give yourself better. So when you're ready to love yourself on a higher level, you got it in you to do it. Just when you're ready. Peace, love, and happiness, family. That's all I'm willing to give today for the sake of time. You know, try to respect everybody's time, including my own. Okay, because other things that I need to do. But I wanted to do this first. Okay, I wanted to pull my heart. I wanted to pull my soul. I wanted to see what it is that the Most High wanted me to serve y'all today. Okay, you know, because I got to serve. I got to give in order to receive. And I want to receive a whole lot. So it means I got to give a whole lot. Okay? That's how that works. Universal law. And it's what this phase represents. It's an extension of knowledge. It's me going from a nigga to a God. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I practiced in my younger years. Niggerism, ignorantism, lack of knowledge. If we just operate on information that they taught us in school, it's no wonder we're at the bottom of the totem pole. But their system is a lie, it's an illusion that they painted in our face that we keep choosing to live. But we got the power to erase the canvas and paint what we want, live the life that we choose. You know what I'm saying? Islam, bro, let me try to pull you in here. It's saying adding. Y'all just now sent you on the screen right there. Plus, I need to know if this is going to work. It's still saying adding, it ain't rejected. So we'll give it some time. Yeah, we definitely got to get on here and build. I've been wanting to build with somebody of competence. It says decline. It was declined. I don't know if you declined it or you mean to get on or what. But I would like some brothers or sisters, find some brothers or sisters to get on here and let's pick a subject and let's dialogue, you know. But I don't want to move too fast. That's what I'm saying. I got to be careful with my space. So it's a thing where whoever's interested, let's talk. You know, let's get to see where we at. If we ain't already dialogue, we we know each other at. We can just punch live and go. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what you got to offer. You know, I got to offer. And together, boy, we can do something beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Islam, noble, peace, and grand rising. You know, see, a lot of y'all don't realize that when y'all see us wear headwear like this, dress a certain way, wear a certain jewelry, you know what I'm saying, where it's around our wrist, around our neck, you know, where it's in our ear or whatever, it represents something. And when you see somebody that's dressing different, you want to educate yourself about that man or woman or child. You see what I'm saying? You want to know because the why opens heaven. It opens heaven, man. Seek and ye shall find. If you're a seeker, you are wealthy. You're wealthy because you have knowledge. A poor person is an ignorant person. You know, is an unwealthy person. Person lack abundance, that's low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual, it's like their battery is low. No life in them. Somebody robbed them of their life substance, their energy. And that's why we are low vibrational people, because we've been deceived so much and robbed and abused and mistreated. But it's because we broke the law. See, that's why I keep saying, in order for you to move forward, you got to know where you come from. And the reason why you got to know where you come from, because you got to know what occurred that led you in the condition that you're in now, that you're trying to get up out of. You can't come up out of something if you don't know how you got in it. You know? So it's very important to study your past, to comprehend why you at where you at today, why we're at where we're at today, and why some people are where they're at today and you not where they're at. You know what I'm saying? In order that you may move forward effectively, you know what I'm saying? And with the right knowledge of knowing and being able to see the success before it even manifests. You know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. I started out talking about that. Okay? So reflect, fam. Do yourself some justice by learning something new today. By when you got a question, or when you see something that you don't know nothing about, where you lack, it's your job to look it up and read about it. Just a little bit, learn a little bit. And over time, your value gonna increase. Your abundance gonna increase. Because you're gonna start vibrating on a high vibrational level, and you're gonna start to be the essence of what it is you are, which is a creator. Okay? A creator. You're going to be able to take that knowledge and create the life that you want to live. Like I said, pick from your dreams and make it a reality. Peace, love, and happiness, family. I pray and hope that my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding was inspirational, high vibrational. Look, now I can't even remember my words. Motivational, inspirational, and inspiring, motivating, and encouraging. Okay. You to be better, do better, and be better. Okay, that's it. You know, because that's enough. So, with that being said, keep love on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as you keep love on your mind, man, you're going to have a beautiful day every day that you choose love. Because it's your thoughts that produces your experiences on a daily basis. Your thoughts. Now, if someone else's thought come in and you ride with their thought, you know what I'm saying? It's your thought because you embrace that thought. But if somebody come in and try to bring negative in your positivity, you don't have to embrace that negativity. You got to learn how to block it, go around it, and keep moving in high vibration. But practice improves. You know what I'm saying? Get you some practice in so you can improve. You know how to do it, and you'll learn from the mistakes that you made, you know, because a lot of us are still emotional. We still haven't learned how to control our emotions and create balance within ourselves. But where there's a will, there's a way, and we're going to improve. Peace, love, and happiness, family. Y'all have a great rest of y'all Tuesday. Peace, love, and happiness. Grand Rising.